We not teaching tactics, but we playing tactics today. This fight in particular is pretty next level. I can use a whole ice attack against an ice dragon and have 0 repercussions. If I don't satisfy that orb, you better believe I'm gonna get scalped, dragged across the ground, curb stomped, and tossed into the air and blown up like Krillin in DBZ basically. As in one-shotted. It's not fun. We put on the hard CC, Agrias EX, we got the paralysis, confusion. I don't think silence works. No, it has to stop them from actually taking an action. I don't get why I'm gonna send them straight to the laundromat regardless, but I guess I'll play by the game's rules in quotes. I'm using a whole BT. It's gonna move up 1%. Let me press any other button plus 17 without hesitation. Oh, here's the magic. I love this part. This is the opportunity for like a dramatic zoom in on the force gauge when it just caps out for free. I'm ready. It's picture day anyways. And you get a whole 30k on me from that? Crazy. I must applaud them though. You gotta be a special kind of stupid to make an arrow worse than chaos and then actively promote it and bring back the stuff that didn't work before and mix it with the stuff that currently doesn't work. But we did get Agrias, so we can let a little bit of this slide today, but it'll be here tomorrow, and the next day, the day after that, the day after tomorrow, and next week, and yeah, this is kind of trash, but I got a solution. There's this small game by the name of Final Fantasy Tactics that might have the solution to your problems. But I don't think you're a fan of solutions or solving problems, and definitely not tactics, so hats off to you. You've accomplished so much within a short period of time. We've always been about options here. Exercise them. Ooh, you hear that fire burning? I'm impressed. You went from lazy to putting in a bit of effort. It shows. It does. But not as much as this. Now that's gonna do 1% of their max health every single time on top of my other damage calculations. Which in English basically means she's future-proof. She's always going to do damage. Now if we could only do the same with, like, I don't know, Seymour, who is effectively a useless character. While we got Agrias, who's always going to be useful, as in, you know, the 1% health every single time somebody attacks. Seymour, he's tied to HP thresholds, and as the HP goes up, he gets more useless, which means he's gonna have to do more flat damage, and she does not. If I was in the office and somebody walked up with this idea, might have to strike that individual with a blunt object. Not physically, maybe mentally. I don't condone violence. Maybe some Itachi level genjutsu should suffice. Nothing physical, I'm not trying to hurt anyone, you know? It's just genjutsu. It's just an illusion. You might get stabbed a couple thousand times in the next 24 hours, no big deal. Okay, there it is. We got the Shiva up. That is a part of the plan. I'm not gonna phase up. It's honestly a waste of time. Those thresholds equals healing, and I can't bypass it in anybody's face, which is pretty frustrating. The Onion Knight, the Sid Reigns, those will get the job done. Spicy. Management, you get on my nerves. You go through all this trouble to push BT phases to just try and gate them? What are you doing? What is the purpose? Explain to me. They're really over at the office like, they're not getting the new BTs for money, man. Maybe if you didn't make them all follow-up units and have trash damage and fall off. Joking aside, it's really starting to take its toll. Both servers used to average like 600k, and now JP's down 75% from that. GL's been more or less stable, but just dropped 50% from that 600k, which is a big yikes. For those clowns that keep saying it's not important, complaining, whatever you want to label it as, well, what are you going to do when the game kapoofs because of your stupidity and theirs? That's the real question. Can I still finish this in one FR with... Yes, I believe so. It might come down to the final turn, but I should be able to kill them before we run out. Heal gate cancelled. Wouldn't have it any other way. Trust and believe. The shocking difference between modern Dissidia and past Dissidia, you could not get away with this. If you tried to use an element against something that is proficient in that element, it's not going to work, as it shouldn't, you know, unless you're the Avatar. That's why it's working for me. While this is true, there was an instance in which you could do this and be successful not having the same level of powers. When Bosch released, there was this boss that I call Big Mama's House that absorbed Earth, and I used Earth against it to beat it at its own game. I missed that level of freedom. Oh, there's something I would like to share with the class. When the next fight presents itself, I would like to try something a bit different. Since I am on an emulator and we see how these things can be hit or miss, it does have a good side, which is position this correctly, and I've not yet used this during a fight recording. I don't want to press the wrong button and kill myself. I'm not used to the positioning yet. It needs to feel intuitive, like wrist flick EX. Come on, who wouldn't like that? 1 second, let's do some practicing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, up. I can set summon to something like left, crystal brilliance to right, and then reserve my 8 buttons for pretty much whatever I want to do. Since there's 5, I could even, on the screen, not on the stick, do a double press or singles. I have so much freedom and flexibility. Unlike these dragons, which are apparently wearing skinny jeans, all movement restricted, no chance of winning a fight. Got on the Yosemite Sams, gotta do the peg leg pirate walk. I take advantage of it. It's just tactics, the same kind the game does not pay attention to. But you're gonna pay attention to that. Look at all those debuffs. My painting is a masterpiece. I cannot wait to sell it at my gallery. Make millions. Ooh, maybe I'll use all my street cred to actually throw in a blank canvas and make billions on top of my millions and then trillions. Interesting. Whoa, holy damage loss. What is happening here? Oh, that's right. Sid Reigns is on the field. He's not what he used to be. Honest truth. It's not that he's bad, he just doesn't perform at the level of everybody else, which effectively just pushes him towards the bottom. It's Game's having an identity crisis. Not enough specialist characters. Everybody's just like a follow-up generalist and not very unique. Next to no value. Really weird situation to be in. Tis one of the reasons why that tier list is coming very soon. I mean, look at this nonsense. You got RNA doing Dragon Ball Z combos, and then Sid Reigns has got, what, 6 turns? She got 10? Even with the breaking in consecutive turns, it still doesn't add up. RNA and no battery, but still at the end of the day, it's just better. I've got ways to fix everything. As stated before, it doesn't work for this version of the game in particular. What isn't she doing at this point? Battery, hard CC, follow-up attack. Pretty solid. Yeah, Ramza definitely got the short end of the stick. I blew his armor too. In advance. For mediocre results. He's not bad, he just didn't get any better. Ooh, we give you extra hits. Congratulations, you didn't really tackle the problems. How on earth does Lightning have Splash being a single target, but they didn't add anything that's gonna help him per se? He's still the same.